Trump's plan to kill the Department of Education has people panicking. But maybe it's time we ask, what does the DOE even do? The DOE's mission is to promote student achievement and preparation for global competitiveness by fostering educational excellence and ensuring equal access for all students. But we've spent trillions of dollars on the DOE and we've become less competitive. 25 years ago, we ranked 10th in reading. Now we're 13th. In math, we've crashed from 18th to 26th, lagging behind Estonia. In science, we've had a tiny bump from 14th to 12th. We're stagnating at best. At worst, we're on a decline, while the amount that we invest is on an incline. In 1980, the DOE cost $53.6 billion in today's terms. Now, it costs us $79 billion in discretionary budget. That's worse than a bad investment. It's waste. And it has global implications. Less competitive schools make America less competitive in tech, which makes us less competitive economically and militarily, which makes us more dependent on importing talent rather than developing homegrown talent. Now, you can make another argument for the DOE, that it ensures equal opportunities in education. And the DOE has seen some positive effects there. The Black-white achievement gap for high school students narrowed by about 0.57 standard deviation for reading and 0.40 for math since about 1980 when the DOE was founded. In normal terms, that's about a moderate impact. But for science, it hasn't narrowed at all. So it's not nothing, but it's not enough. Not after 45 years and trillions of dollars of investment. Now, some are understandably worried that we'll lose even those modest gains by dismantling the DOE. And some of them are worried about inequality. Well, if the DOE disappears, here's what will happen. The Department of Justice would handle civil rights. The Treasury would handle disbursement of funds. And the states would determine education strategy. The logic here is that California has different needs than Texas, and state officials are better positioned to create equal, excellent education than the federal government. And that could mean redistributing tens of billions of dollars away from the feds back to the families through school choice vouchers that allow us to make more empowered education choices. Now, there is risk. Some states may ditch equality as a priority altogether. Some states might make worse decisions than the feds would. But the good news is that it's something that you as a voter can influence more directly by getting more active in local voting. But zooming out here, people are sensationalizing and fearmongering around the dismantling of the DOE. So to clear some things up, free and reduced lunch isn't going anywhere. That's handled by the Department of Agriculture. Special education support isn't disappearing. It's going to Health and Human Services. Student loans aren't disappearing. That's going to the Department of Treasury. But fearmongers are saying things like this is the harbinger of Project 2025 and Trump's secret plan to dumb down the entire populace. But we've been doing that without Trump's help. We're spending 50% more on the Department of Education than we used to while doing worse internationally. We're getting only small to medium improvements in closing the racial achievement gap, and it's even widened since COVID. It's been half a century, and we've only gotten modest improvements to the racial achievement gap at absolute best. So something drastic needs to change. Now, I would like to see Trump's team present a clearer vision for making education great again. Because although you can argue that the federal government has done a bad job at improving education, I don't think that just passing this to the states is enough to close the global competitiveness gap. But at least this is a step in the right direction. And hopefully, this should help you form a nuanced perspective, rather than listening to doomsayers who are saying that Trump is trying to make America dumber, or that this is the end of equality.